presentation now. All right, this is the graduate student orientation. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our mission and vision, right? It's very important. A lot of you who work for companies, it's so important to know who you are as an institution and how and where do you see yourself, what you aim to be. This is our mission and this is our vision, just for you to view. Basically, what we do is, we're online university that provides, stellar academic courses to students, specifically to entrepreneur spirit students and just global leaders, to provide you with that support in that community. And then our vision is just to be the university of choice for entrepreneurs and global business leaders like yourself. So that's our vision and our mission statement here. Let's talk about our pillars, right? So these are the 3 pillars that we really try to embody here. Our first one is our personal pillar, and the way that we demonstrate that is through providing support. Hence this presentation, making this live, having someone actually speak to you, right? And then encouraging. Yes, once you start your program, you have direct access to your student advisor, myself or Eddie. You can also reach out to your enrollment advisor and, of course, your instructor. We're a small university that we're enough to care. We know every single student by name, and we really want to make sure that you are successful. Our second pillar is that we are, accessible here. We're global. We have students from all around the world, so it's kind of nice to hear different perspectives from different students and from different, industries and backgrounds. We're also very affordable compared to other institutions, which is definitely a plus. And then lastly, we embody that entrepreneurial spirit. We provide you with the tools, the resources, and like I mentioned, as graduate students, we have different expectations for you. We expect that you use them and you take full control of this program. We're aspirational and we are driven. Let's talk about the agenda here. Today we're going to be covering 9 things. We're going to start off with a welcome message. Number 2, talk about learning logistics of online, or the resources we expect for you to have. Number 3, course registration. Number 4, let's talk about attendance. Number 5, course outline. Number 6, the business writing style. Number 7, your electronic book. 8, we're actually going to show you what your course looks like through a tutorial. Number 9, resources and information. And then finally, we're going to close this presentation with our Q&A. Any questions thus far, comments, suggestions? We're okay so far?
Yes.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks, Rick. All right. So let's go ahead and move forward then, if that's the case. Well, again, welcome global business leaders. At this time, I always like to start off, by thanking all of you for making the time to attend CIU's orientation. I know we're all busy, handling multiple things, but this really will help you, prepare you in this new and exciting academic journey. We understand that the commitment you have made is not something that, that we or you take lightly. Just know that we are very proud of that you are with us. The expectations are going to be high. At times, this program, your MBA and your DBA will be challenging, but we believe in you and in your abilities to succeed. So again, congratulations on this new academic journey and welcome to CIU. All right, let's get into technology requirements. First and foremost, on the left-hand side here, computer and reliable internet connection. We are an online institution. We expect all students to have this in order to, be successful in their program. Once we start the program on Monday, April 8th, you're going to start working ahead. So it is very important that we do have these tools, right? This is part of the requirement once you start the program. Second, Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. All of your submissions will be submitted via documents, mostly via Microsoft Word. There will be some PowerPoint presentations. So Microsoft Office is very important. If you don't have Microsoft Office, we have you covered. Upon your enrollment here at CIU, we provide you with a university email address, and that gives you the opportunity to download Microsoft Office for free at no cost to you. Third, right in the center, recommended browser. We always recommend students to use Google Chrome. It's the most compatible to our websites, but of course, all browsers are fully capable of running our online platforms. Fourth, Adobe Acrobat Reader or PDF. A lot of our supplemental material that you'll be able to archive and download is accessible via PDFs, like your syllabus, your study guides. Any additional information will be retrievable, viewed via PDF. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, this email address will be very important, the helpdesk@caluniversity.edu. At any time during your program, if you ever experience any type of technical issues, email the helpdesk@caluniversity.edu, which submits a help desk ticket with a reference number that can be traceable and accessible, and you'll be even able to see where the progression of your request is. We've come a long way with technology, hence this online program, communicating from all over the United States. You're going to be starting an online doctorate program. But however, as you may know, sometimes things, are out of our control. We understand that. Your instructors understand that. I always recommend students document everything. I've been in this scenario myself as a doctorate student myself. It's Sunday, something happens. I just send a help desk ticket to document it. I email the instructor, this is what's going on. You can even email me and be able to help you out. So far, so good with the technology requirements.
Do you guys have an app for your smartphone?
For Moodle. You're referring to the online platform? The course platform?
Like, is there an app you can download for your phones?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's the Moodle application that you can download. It will also it will ask, once you're creating the account with Moodle, it will ask you for a link, a URL. I can email that to you if you would like to download that Moodle application.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And I can send it to everybody if everyone wants it. I'm going to be following up with an email with this recording, so I can send it to everyone as well. In addition to that, you will also be able to download the textbook application, where you can access your textbook via your phone, tablet, or any compatible device. And we're going to talk about your textbook later on in this presentation. But very good question, Rick. Any other questions? All right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward then. Student portal, so this is the first website that you'll be utilizing. If you've completed your enrollment, I'm sure we've already chatted. I know Abby, you just got enrolled today, so I'll be chatting with you most likely tomorrow. But for the most part, many of you have already been contacted by myself or Eddie, and we provided you with your login credentials. That gives you access to both websites already. The first website is the student portal, or the administrative headquarters, and this website allows you to view your degree audit, right? So what courses are you going to be taking? You're going to be able to view your schedule, access your grades, your account information. You can make payments through this website. You can update your personal information, and you can also send a request to receive a physical ID card. So this is the website student portal. Any questions on this one? If you haven't received your login credentials for the website, your enrollment is still in progress, and you'll receive that before. We're going to make sure that you receive your login credentials before. So absolutely, Jessica and Solania, we'll make sure that you receive your information. Good questions. The second website that you'll be utilizing is My Learn Center. This is where you'll actually be able to access your course room, right? The learning platform. So we use Moodle as our content management system. There's other very popular ones like Blackboard. Right? So we use Moodle, very user-friendly, very easy to view your course with very easy structure. In this website, in addition to being your classroom, you'll be able to access a lot of information, including your Student Resource Center. You'll be able to access the Writing Center, where you'll have tutors to support you with that. You will also be able to access the Math Lab, the LIRN, which is our online library, where you'll be able to retrieve your peer-reviewed articles. And then lastly, you will also be able to access the VeriCite plagiarism scanner. We're going to go through some of these, but most importantly, the VeriCite plagiarism scanner, because I think it pertains to you more than any other programs. So we're going to talk about the VeriCite plagiarism scanner once we go through the tutorial. But basically, what you'll be able to do is upload your documents or your assignments to the scanner prior to you submitting to your instructor to ensure that you have less than 15% plagiarism detection. Any questions on this website? Okay, so seems like we're good. We're going to move forward then. Let's talk about the academic calendar. I always like to show students, where they're going to start in the year. So we're starting here in term 3 of 2019 academic calendar, and our first day of class is going to be on Monday, April 8th. Like I mentioned to you many during our conversation, on one-on-one conversation, the courses are broken down into 6 weeks. Each week is a unit. So your first class begins on Monday, April 8th, and it will be ending on Sunday, May 19th. Then you will start right away your next class, your second course, on Monday 20th and ends on June 30th. You have a week break here for 4th of July, so you can, enjoy yourself. And then you'll continue on with your third class, which is in term 5, July 8th to Sunday, July 18th. And the reason why I highlight those 3 first classes is because 3 terms is equivalent to 1 semester. So upon the completion of those first 3 terms, the term 3, 4, and 5, you have completed your first semester. Okay, let's go ahead and move forward. Let's talk about course registration, right? So you will all be registered automatically in the order of your program matrix. Master students, your program is composed of 12 courses or 36 credits, divided into 2 sections, 8 core courses, and 4 specialization courses. Doctorate students, your program is 20 courses long or 60 credits composed of 3 components, 10 core courses, 5 specialization courses, and then 5 dissertation courses. So 5, 15, 20. During the first week of every term, you will be able to adjust your schedule, so we can always make changes during the first week. During the first week, students are able to also make changes as well as cancel your enrollment, and it does not impact your academic records. As a matter of fact, it's almost like nothing happened. So during the first week, please do ensure that you contact myself or Eddie or someone in the administrative offices with an email, preferred. That way we have our written documentation of your request. And as long as you do that during the first week, we will always honor your request. So far, so good. Good question, Jessica. You will be enrolled automatically. So all of your courses, you'll be registered automatically. And we do this because it's for your financial aid. It also ensures that the courses that you need will be available for that term. But of course, like I mentioned, you can always make adjustments during the first week. I myself, when I'm currently doing the 10 business core courses, there's been times where it's hectic, especially maybe at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, and you don't want to take maybe like a regular course like finance or economics. You can just let me know, hey David, I looked at the class, I don't think I can do this. Can we please make changes? Can we instead check another class out? And we can definitely do that. But you won't have to worry about registration. Everything's going to be done for you. Very good question, Jessica. Can we only take 1 class every 6 weeks? graduate students, you have the opportunity and the ability to take up to 2 courses per term. There's the only restrictions are that you do this after the first class and before the dissertation, and you have to ensure that you are, meeting SAP or satisfactory academic progress, meaning you're meeting the minimum GPA requirement of 3.0 for both programs. And it makes sense, right? I mean, we're not going to register you 2 courses, if you're not, if you're falling below a 3.0. We're not going to set you up for success. So as long as you do that, we can definitely do that. We just work with financial aid, or you have to work with student accounts to make sure how you're going to arrange payments. But absolutely, you can definitely take up to 2 courses per term after the first class and before you're starting with this. Great questions. Whoops. Let me move this. All right, let's move forward here. Okay, so let's talk about attendance. We're an online program, we're an asynchronous program. How do we track your attendance and your participation? So students must attend and participate in their course on a weekly basis throughout their program. So what does attendance include? Well, as long as you are actually submitting work every week, in which it's actually a part of your program because you will have weekly tasks or weekly assignments due every single week by Sunday. As long as you're doing that, the attendance will meet itself. You don't even have to worry about it. It's just basically active participation. What attendance is not, it's just logging in and browsing class, not submitting any work. A lot of students tend to think that because they're logging in, that we should track their attendance. We don't require a time frame that you need to be logged in. That's completely up to you. The course is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What we do track is that you're actually engaging in the course and participating in class. So make sure that you are actively participating in class. Make sure that you are fulfilling the weekly requirements. What happens if maybe something came up, a family issues or something? We're humans. I understand that a lot of you are balancing multiple responsibilities, work, family, maybe you're managing, maybe you own your own business. And I understand things happen, right? Just let me know, keep that open communication, send an email to myself, to Eddie, and, just say, hey, Eddie, David, this is what's going on. I will not be able to submit work, and we'll make sure that will help you out. But just make sure that you communicate with us, and we'll always find a way to help you. And we are in slide 11 on attendance. Can everyone see the slide?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, let's see here. What slide do we see?
10.
10? Let me see here. Attendance view. Oh, I see. Screen. All right, let's see now. All right, can we see 10? Can we see 11 now?
Yes. No.
Okay, perfect. No. So Susanna, what do you see?
Okay.
You see attendance as the heading, slide number 11?
Yes.
I am seeing 11.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're good so far on attendance. Any questions? Okay, so far so good. So let's kind of recap on the first section, right? So who should I contact for technical support? Well, we can always contact or email the help desk at caluniversity.edu. We also do have a tech support number that I will be providing you at the end of this presentation. Let's see, next question. Where can I access my degree and audit grades? You can access that in your student portal, right? Next question or answer, student portal, there you go. Where can I update my personal information? can also do this in your student portal. This is very important. Actually, it's very, very imperative that you always have your most up-to-date information, especially for students that are receiving financial aid and your check goes out. You know, we don't want your check going anywhere else or returning. Make sure that your information is always up to date. All right, is my course accessible in the Learn Center? Number 8. And it's accessible on your first day of class, Monday, April 8th. Do I have to participate weekly in the class? And that answer is yes. Weekly requirements are due, so you will have to engage in the course every single week. Okay, so let's talk about the outline, right? So I'm actually going to show you what each of those weeks look like or what you're required to do for the first week. So you know, you get a better visual, right? So this is for the MBA program. I know that Selenia, you were in the MBA program. This is what your first week looks like. This is week 1 or unit 1. And I'm gonna mute the device here just to make sure that everyone can hear me. Let's see here. All right, so I meant two pictures I can show you guys. So like I mentioned, your course is broken down into 6 weeks. Like you can see from down here in the screenshot here, units 1 through 6 pertaining to each unit. And then I blew up the first unit so you can see what it entails. So in the first week, which starts on April 8th, Monday through Sunday, these are the tasks that we need to complete, all due by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So for MBA, on your first day of class, we'll post our biography statement. We will read chapters 1 through 2. We will view our online presentations, which are composed of YouTube videos. We will participate in a discussion question, and then we'll submit our first assignment. So that's the MBA program. For the doctorate program, this is your breakdown of the first week. On the first day, similar to the MBA, you will post your biography statement. You will read chapters 1 through 3. You do have a syllabus quiz, open note, open book, easy points. Make sure you take advantage of that. You will have to review a lecture video, again on YouTube, and participate in a voting activity. And you will also participate in a discussion question here. And then lastly, you will submit your project milestone number 1 and post a blog. Everything due by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Any questions on this outline?
Will you be describing what things are? For example, what is a voting activity?
Yeah, very good question. Yes, absolutely. So during the tutorial, I'm actually going to access the class and show you each of the assignments. Very good question. All right, so we're going to move forward. All right, so let's talk about the business writing style, right? So all of your assignments will be required to be submitted in APA formatting. So to help you with that, we provide you with a Word document template that is already available in your course, which you can download and fill in, and it will make your life so much easier. If you're not familiar with APA, maybe this is your first time, it's basically a type of format that you have to submit your document in. It includes a cover page, a reference page, and I will show you that APA template so that you can see what that looks like. Okay, let's talk about textbook, right? We utilize VitalSource Bookshelf as our third-party source. And starting off on the left-hand corner here, item number 1, all of your textbooks are embedded in your course stream. There's going to be a green puzzle piece. Again, I'm going to be showing you that during tutorial. Number 2, as a new student, you will have to create a new account with VitalSource Bookshelf. It's very easy, and the process takes less than a minute. Number 3 here, the Bookshelf application can be downloaded to your smartphones, tablets, and desktops. And number 4, which is the best part, you do have the ability to read your books offline. I actually downloaded the application on my phone. I have an iPhone, and I actually read during my break or my commute to work. I can also listen in to my textbook via the audio option. So it's a great way to be, productive and do work, during your commute or your free time. So it's very helpful. And then to provide you with this additional support in case you would like to purchase your own hard copy, maybe you like a tangible textbook. This is the ISBN information for both courses for your first class. I personally bought the first 3 textbooks for my first class just because, starting something new, you don't know what to expect. You want to make sure that you're fully prepared. I bought them on Amazon, and I bought all 3 books were less than $30 used paperback. So that's an option. Any questions on text? Okay, if there's no questions, we're going to move forward. Okay, so we're going to go over the tutorial here. Very important, right? So the first website that we talked about was the student portal. Again, if you've already completed your enrollment, you should all have access to both of these websites. If you haven't, you will be receiving those shortly. So again, this is the student portal. A couple things that I'm just going to highlight real quick. Academics, again, make sure that you're always tracking your progression. Always make sure that you use your progression. Check, and see how you're doing. My grades, always ensure that you're tracking your grades. Once a term is over, your instructor will submit the final grade to the system, and then we upload it here. So you always know how you're doing in the program. You would be amazed on how many times students come to me after 3 terms and they ask me why they have to retake a course because they received lower than a B. And again, if you were not aware, in the graduate programs, and this is standard across all universities, a passing grade in the graduate level programs are a B or higher. So make sure that you're striving to receive a B or higher. So this is the student portal. Again, make sure that you check it out. There's a lot of important links here that you can review. To access your Learn Center, you can click on the Go to Learn Center here, or you can access it directly from the actual main website. Here, I'm going to show you. So I went to our main website, caluniversity.edu, and then you have both links here. My classes and student portal. So my classes is this course website here. Upon logging in, the first thing that you'll see is the question, what time is it, and why is that important to you? Well, Susanna, you kind of brought this up earlier, time zones, right? So the official time zone for CIU is Pacific Standard Time, so all your assignments will be at Pacific Time, right? So if we say your assignments are due by 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday, right? That means for the students in the East Coast, that would be, let's see, my math is right, 2:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a.m., right? So just keep that in mind. There's also features in your assignments that will give you at times, it'll give you a countdown. Your assignment is due in 2 days and 12 hours or whatever the case may be. So there's various ways for you to track when your assignments are due. Okay, so this is your Learn Center. So how do I access my class once I access this Learn Center? There's 2 ways. One way is that you expand this menu button here, up in the top left-hand corner menu icon. And under My Courses here, you'll be able to view your course. If you're in the MBA program, your first class will be Marketing 517. If you're in the doctorate program, your first course will be PRC 600. The second way that you can access your course is by simply scrolling down. And down here, it's a shortcut, My Courses. Again, you'll be able to access your course through here as well. All right, so for the purposes of this tutorial today, I opened up a doctorate course at GRC 600. And Solania, you can follow along. Your program, your class will look very, very similar, or very similar expectations, right? So a couple things again that I want to mention about your course room. Once you have access to the class on April 8th, you have access to not only the first unit, but all 6 units. So then that always, students always have a following question. Well, can I work on my assignments earlier since I have access to all of my units? Yes, you can. However, you make sure that you submit them during that week, just so that you keep track of your progression. I'll give you an example. I've gone on vacations before, or, and I'll plan ahead. I write my work, in Word, even my discussion questions. And then, that week I just go in there and post, upload and submit. So you can definitely read ahead. You can definitely write your assignments ahead and work ahead. I completely understand. We all have busy lives, and we want to make sure that we meet the deadline. So working ahead is possible for all of you. In addition to that, this is an asynchronous program, meaning that everything that you need is going to be available in this platform, in this course. There is no specific day or time that you can log into your classroom, because there's no live lectures. Again, all the lecture videos will be located in your course room under each unit. So, again, you have the flexibility to log in and do your work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and start reviewing this GRC 600 course. The first thing that we'll see, the first section, is the announcements and messages right here, right? Composed of just the highlights of today's presentation with an open forum for students. Very straightforward, nothing here is graded. The second section of the course is the GRC 600 syllabus, textbook, and materials. Syllabus, so important that you ensure that you download your syllabus to your computer, print it out. This will definitely help you understand the expectations of the class. In addition to that, the syllabus has a breakdown or outline of your weekly assignments in the last 2 pages, so you'll always be able to track your progression. So syllabus is very important. Next is your instructor information. Make sure you always know who your instructor is. How do you engage with the instructor? How do you reach out to them? Every instructor is different. Some instructors have office hours. Some instructors have designated method of communication, meaning they prefer Skype, or they're on WhatsApp, since we do have a lot of international instructors. So make sure that you do know that, and also follow their expectations. And also, if you need them, if you have any questions regarding the content, they will be your first point of contact. Make sure that you reach out to them first. Any other questions or additional support, of course, myself and Eddie are here to support you. But the instructors are there. They really like to engage with their students and like to help. This is your textbook that I told you about, that the links are embedded in your course. All you have to do is click on the link. It's going to prompt you on Live Vital Source Bookshelf. New student, put in your email address. And after you do this, it'll prompt you to fill out additional information, and then you have access to the textbook. Once you do that the first time, every time you click on this link, you don't have to go to the login. It automatically takes you where you last left off in your textbook. In addition to that, if you do have access to your textbook or you downloaded the application, then you don't have to go through this method. And the rubrics, your project milestone. So how am I going to be graded? What should I need to ensure that I include in my document? This is your milestone rubric. Next is the APA essay template and example references. This is very important. It has made my life so much easier with this information. This APA style template, it is a downloadable Microsoft document that is already formatted for you. Look at this. Beautiful. It's already formatted for you. All you need to do is fill it in. Very easy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to download the Word document. So in case, right now you're already feeling overwhelmed, my God, this is new to me. What is APA? What does it stand for? I'm new to this. Look, it's already formatted for you. You download it, and guess what? All you do is you fill it in. title of your essay, you put your name, your course name, your professor's name, and then you follow the structure, right? Make sure you always have a heading, a title, and then this is some examples of how your headings would look like. And then, of course, you always have to make sure that you include your references. Very important. If you're wondering how or what are the rules to citing, right, in-text citation, according to, we have an APA style guide here. Again, you can download this. It has all the rules and examples, right, for APA. Download it, print it, and you can always refer to it. I've been doing APA now for over 10 years, and I still have to go back and refer to APA guidelines, or our Purdue, because sometimes, you forget. So we're always going to be utilizing this. Additional resources, Grammarly. Can't stress this enough. Grammarly is such an amazing tool. I utilize it here all the time. I guarantee you that once you start Grammarly, you'll never go back without it. Grammarly is a writing enhancement platform that assists you with scholarly writing. It's free. You receive a free premium account as long as you utilize your university email address. For your textbook, you don't have to use your personal email, but for Grammarly, you do have to utilize your university email address. And this is information regarding the Veracyte User Guide. These are some course announcements for the class. And now we're going to get really into the meat of the class, because I know this is what really you want to see. Show me the goods, right? Show me what the class looks like. All right, we're going to review Unit 1. This is the Unit 1 activities, right? The first thing that you'll see here is the learning outcomes. So what am I going to be learning, right? What are the university learning outcomes? And then again, the expectations to read chapters 1 through 3, right? First thing that you'll do in this class, very simple, introduce yourself to your class, introduce yourself to your peers, start networking, right? Very straightforward. This biography statement is informal. You can include or center your biography statement with some of these questions. However, again, informal. It's not graded based on, how well you develop your biography statement. Some of you may even already have your biography statement. You're more than welcome to use that. It can be in first person, second person, third person, fourth person. It does not matter. Just introduce yourself to the class, because not only does it help with you engaging with your fellow classmates or instructor, but it also, submitting your first assignment also triggers the change of status, so you become an actual present student. And, I have a couple questions here. Chris, you can also use your bigwords.com to buy textbook. Thank you, Chris, for that information. Selenia, can I submit work earlier? Yes, you can. Like I mentioned to you, save it and then go in that week and submit it, unless you work with your instructor. And if you're working with instructors and you let them know that you're not going to be able to have any access to your computer and you want to submit earlier, that's fine. But just make sure that you're engaging with the instructor and the instructor knows. Some instructors are very flexible. They're okay with it. Some are not. But again, they're the ones that are going to grade you. So always ensure that you ask them and you go to them first. And then Chris, do you provide access to EndNote? We don't, unfortunately, Chris. But I can ask academics to see if there's anything we can do to help you with that. All right. Reviewing the course, again, we're still in this section of the lecture part, right? So the YouTube videos, we try to make this a little interactive, right? Include videos, especially for those of us who are visual learners, right? These are some videos here. The voting activity, I'm pretty sure you guys run the voting activity. It's just basically what it sounds like. You watch this video and summarizing, paraphrasing, quoting, and then what you do, you select this link here, and then you submit your vote. Which of the following skills do you think will best benefit your writing? Right? Summarizing, paraphrasing, or quoting, right? And again, everything connects. So this assignment or this video is going to help you with your writing assignment. So everything is going to connect, and it's all going to make sense. Unit 1 discussion question. This is very important. For every single week, in every single class that you're in register here at CIU. And for those of you who have participated in other online programs, this is how you get participation. You will respond to an initial discussion question that is posted by your instructor, and then you will respond to 2 other classmates for a total of 3 posts. Once you do that, what will happen is that you get a little check mark here. You'll even receive a notification from to your email stating that you've completed this task. And basically, this is how you're going to be receiving participation points every single week. You're going to have a discussion question every single week pertaining to that week reading assignments or videos or supplemental material. All right, the next thing is the project milestone for this class. Is your first writing assignment. For the MBA, you will also have a writing assignment as well. In this class, for this writing assignment, you will have to write a 4-page inductive essay. You may be wondering, what is an inductive essay? I've never even written one. Don't worry about it. The textbook will help you, and then they provide you with an outline of what you should include. One thing that I do like to mention, and I'd like to give you my own perspective and feedback, because I know a lot of students studying in the program, MBA, DBA, when you first start something, you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're following the rules. What if I'm not doing it right? What if, you're not supposed to do it this way? Follow the instructions and answer the assignment to the best of your knowledge, and I guarantee that you'll be fine. In addition to that, your first assignment, it will be, obviously graded, and they will provide you feedback, and they'll even provide you with your document, and in your document, the instructor will include notes, points on APA or things that you should include, just a lot of feedback so that you can get better as you move forward. And again, this is a 4-page paper. This does not include the cover page and the reference page, so keep that in mind. Make sure that you get full points for this. And again, APA double space, so it's not 4 pages. It's technically around, a 1.5 or 2. So I know it sounds like it's a lot of work, but once you actually start working on it, it's not as bad as it sounds. And then you also have a blog post. You view these videos, and then you answer the question. This blog post does not require you to engage to other students. It's just for you to think about the information. So once you complete all the requirements for that week, you are done for the week. What you can do is you can relax for the rest of the weekend, or you can move forward in reviewing what to expect the following week, right? So, okay, so what should I expect to be submitted next week? And then you can start reviewing or reading. It all depends on how you would like to complete your coursework. I recommend, again, based on my personal experience, is that you break down the coursework throughout the week. I don't like procrastinating. It gives me, it's a lot of anxiety and stress, right? So I can show you guys what I do on the first day on a Monday. Monday's a struggle, as you all know, and if you don't have a struggle with Mondays, kudos to you. But, Mondays are usually a struggle for me. You're getting back into the week and the mood, So what I do is just I go in there and view everything. I just, check, what am I supposed to be reading? Okay, these are the chapters, right? So I know what chapters I'm reading. What is the voting? Okay, I look at it. Then I go into the next section. Okay, what's the discussion question about? Where can I find it? And what is my milestone project about? I literally just review. I just review everything. It gives me a sense of accomplishment, and it kind of gets the ball rolling, right? Because you know what to expect. On Tuesday, what I do is I do the voting activity, and then I do the discussion question. The discussion question is usually pretty easy to do on Tuesday, because you just, it doesn't really require many times. And again, based on my personal experience, the discussion question is centered on a specific information, either in your chapter or about the video. So you don't have to have read all the chapters to have completed the discussion question. As a matter of fact, in the textbook, you can always, search keywords and find the answer to the question. I answer the question, then maybe on Wednesday I respond to 2 classmates, and then I'm done. And then on Thursday I start, maybe doing an outline and start writing my paper. By Friday I make sure that I have something composed. At least I have started the writing assignment That way, on Saturday mornings, I pretty much do half of the paper or almost all of it, and on Sunday I kind of just review and do the blog, and then I post everything. That's the way I handle my coursework. Obviously, we all work very different, but again, I just like to share that because it's been very successful for me. I've been able to balance, work, social life, and this program. So it's very doable. It's just about, developing habits to ensure your success and being disciplined to make sure that you're successful. Oh, thanks, Luther. I appreciate it. I'm glad that it's helpful. I know maybe it's not, I want to talk about myself, but I share that with you because I think it's important, that I give you my perspective as someone who's in the program. So I'm glad that it's been helpful. So anyways, that's the way that the course is broken down, right? The next thing I do want to show you is the Student Resource Center, where you can retrieve the Verified Plagiarism tool. All right, so again, if you missed it, you click on Student Resources and Student Resource Center. Here, you'll be able to view the student handbook, the CIU book list, right? If you, let's say you can't see the screen for too long, you always want to have a textbook. Of course, of course, this is at your own expense, but if you want to purchase your own hard copies every term, you're more than welcome to download the CIU book list, and all your textbooks are there. This is a video on the Vital Source Bookshelf. Bookshelf has a lot of great tools. It's been very, very helpful for me. You can highlight notes, you can save notes, you can share notes. Just a lot of great information. View this video, take advantage of those tools. But this is the Verified Plagiarism Scanner. And the reason why I like to highlight this is because, again, based on my personal experience, a lot of students tend to miss some points because they go over the plagiarism detection. So every time you submit your assignments in any of your course, in your courses, the assignments will automatically be scanned. So you upload it, and within the next 10 minutes, you'll see a plagiarism score attached to it. The university has a threshold of 15%, so you always need to ensure that your document has less than 15% of plagiarism. And of course, I know that sometimes it's accidental. It's not like you're, doing it on purpose. Obviously, now that there's a plagiarism, scanner that's going to scan your documents. To avoid that, any stress, any burdens to you, and you want to make sure that you meet the percentage requirement, I suggest that you utilize this tool. You click on this link, Verified Plagiarism Scanner. Again, if you missed it, click on this link. It prompts to this page. Yours is going to look like this. And basically, again, this is not submitting to your instructor or to me or to the administration. This is for you, for your own reference. So you can put whatever title you want in it, and then you drag and drop or you browse file. You upload it, it'll synchronize. It'll take a couple seconds for it to provide you with a report. The report will give you highlights of your submission. Let's say that you uploaded your assignment and it came back with 25%. Well, you know that you went over the 15% threshold. The good thing about this, this tool is that it highlights the section, right? So maybe you realize that you didn't quote correctly. So maybe you didn't put the author. So now it's capturing that as plagiarism. You can go back, make sure that you make the changes, or you just kind of paraphrase, rephrase the whole sentence. You go back here, you upload it again. The second time you upload it, it's 10%, and that means you're okay. And the question was, can we use the scanner for the same document more than once? Yes, you can. So the first time, let's say that was the example I was giving, you have 25%. Then you go back, make changes, and you upload again, you'll get a different percentage. So you can always use this for your reference. Now, I also don't want to make sure, alarm you. As long as it's your own work, you're going to be completely fine. I actually haven't used this tool in the last 6-7 classes. I only used it maybe in my first or second. As long as it's your own work, as long as you're quoting, as long as you are, giving credit to the person that you retrieve that information from, you're going to be okay. The great thing about this class, and I believe it's Unit 2 or Unit 3, it's actually going to give you the skills and show you how to quote. Well, someone have a question?
The only thing we have is, just give her, she said she felt like she was coming down with a cold. She had a headache and felt like she was having a cold. So we gave her
Okay, seems like someone's having a private conversation. All right, so I just muted the device. So this is the plagiarism tool. So make sure that you do use it if you need it. The next thing I do want to mention is the technical support as well. If you are in the class and you don't want us email, you can select the technical support here and you can be able to view that or send a request. The online library is here, LIRN. You'll be able to retrieve all of your peer-reviewed articles through there. Again, you will have access to this website before the term starts, so feel free to go in there and start, clicking away, get yourself acclimated to the website. There's a lot of more information that I did not cover. I just wanted to cover the most important links or information that pertains to you. So that was the tutorial. Next is our student assistance support. So again, if you need support, we have our student services main line. If your last name is A through K, you'll be working with Eddie. If your last name is L through Z, you'll be working with me. That's all my direct information. However, I'm more than happy, and Eddie's more than happy to help anybody at the end of the day. We just want to make sure that you're successful. Our job here is to advocate for you and to ensure that you know that there's always going to be someone to help you. The next slide is the Intelligent Partnership. We always strive to provide students with resources and tools. The Intelligent Partnership that we've created or developed with a startup company based in South France is called Pocket Confidant. And basically, they developed this technology where they provide students with a artificial intelligence coach. A lot of very successful Fortune 500 CEOs, leaders, managers have a coach that that they work with. It's very expensive, a lot of times, it's something that many people have if they have the money to afford that. We can provide you with your own coach, but we can provide you with an artificial intelligence coach here. And this is not limited just for your education. You can use this as a tool for anything that you want to talk about, your things that are going on at home, at work, take advantage of this tool. Also, everything, all the information that you provide to this chat box is completely private. We have access to information. Matter of fact, they have an algorithm that detaches your information, your name, to the information, so it's very private. But again, this is a free tool for students. You will all receive an account. I will be providing you an email on the second week of your program, welcoming you to this tool, and you can take advantage if you want. This is not a requirement. This is just a resource for students. All right, student resources. So some of the things that we highlighted that you have for support, we have the Writing Center, right? We have Pocket Confidant. We have Grammarly, which is the best tool. We have your student advisor, best people. You have the Math Lab, and you also have your YouTube channel here at CIU, where we upload all of these recordings as well as other very useful resources. This is a staff directory. If you ever need help, support, advice, guidance, anybody that you need to talk to, finance, student accounts, the Writing Center, admissions, they're all here to support you. If you are transferring credits, you want to know what the update on that is, you can contact Julia Mihailova, and she'll support you with that. All right, so some closing remarks. I want to just mention that you all deserve to be here. You were accepted into this program. So we want you to believe in your abilities. Know that you're not going to be alone. Graduate school can be a very challenging process, but it helps to know that you are going to be experiencing many of the same ups and downs as your classmates. So expect some challenges, but just keep going. It's a process, so make sure that you develop good research skills and understand that jargon takes time. So be patient. As you move forward with the program, you'll see that it gets easier. And with that being said, this will be a rewarding and worthwhile partnership. We hope that you get the most out of your time with us. I look forward to working with you. Eddie looks forward to working with you. Know that we are one call away, one text message away. At this point, we have completed the orientation. I will be providing you with a recording within 24 or 48 hours, as well as this presentation. and the APA template and the link to the Moodle application in case you want to download that. And I will open now this time for questions and answers.
Could you tell me what a proctored exam is?
Great question. Proctored exam. So during your program, you will be participating in a proctored exam. And basically, we use ProctorU, which is our third party. And basically, there will be a person who will be observing or watching you while you take an exam. And then you schedule it, you set up the time and the date, and then you take the exam through our online course room. But basically, they're just going to be watching you to make sure that it's you. And this is our requirement per our, our accreditation BEAC. Does that help?
Yep, that explains it. Another question. I know during the tutorial you showed the breakdown of how to get the information. I didn't catch exactly how to submit the assignment once you generated it. Is that something you could re-review?
Sure, we can do that right now. All right, so let's go back to here. And let's go. It's a good question. All right, so we're in our course, ERC 600. We're going to go to Unit 1. We're here, Project Milestone 1, right? We're going to select the project milestone here. And we're going to scroll down. And you're going to, this doesn't show me the button because I'm using the administrative one, but this button will say Submit Assignment. And you click on it, and you have the option of dragging and dropping, or you can choose the file and select it and upload it. Does that help?
Yes, and to piggyback off of that question, I saw under the first doctorate class, the 600, the second assignment says you have a paper plus a PowerPoint presentation. Are you able to drag multiple files into the submission area?
Very good question. The actual, in Unit 2, the assignment asks you to submit a writing assignment, but it doesn't ask you to submit the actual PowerPoint. It asks you to submit the URL because you're actually going to be recording your presentation and uploading it to either YouTube or there's another platform that you use. And you upload it there, you record it, right? And then you download it and you submit the application, or the link to the course site. But I can show you that right now.
Okay.
We go back to Unit 2 here. But whenever you do have more than one assignment, you will be able to submit both assignments. It'll have various locations for you to upload. But as you can see here, you create your presentation, you're going to narrate the presentation, and you're going to upload the video to either YouTube or Vimeo. And what you're going to be what you're going to be submitting is actually the URL. Here.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, yeah. I didn't catch all the portions, so I assumed it was the PowerPoint slide plus the paper. One last question off of that. I promise I'll stop bugging you. Let's say you make a mistake and you accidentally upload, let's say like the draft version of an assignment and not the real one. Can you delete it or upload another version and that supersedes the first upload you did?
Yep, absolutely. So once you upload, you have the ability to edit your submission. So you can edit, delete it, and then upload the actual version in case you submitted, the wrong one.
Okay.
What I would recommend too, because sometimes what it does is you've left it there and it already provided with a plagiarism score, is I would send an email to help desk and I'm going to mention this because I think it's important for you to get into the habit of understanding how you should be submitting tickets to help desk. If you have any issues, you need to make sure that you're very precise, right? Because help desk doesn't know what course you're in, what program you're in, so you have to be specific. Ensure that you include your first name, your last name, your program, the course, the term, and the unit and the assignment, right? So you have to get very granular so they know exactly what you are referring to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Very good questions. Do we have any other questions, comments?
Is an abstract typically a part of the APA format?
Good question. So the APA template includes the abstract because it's part of maybe the dissertation, but you don't necessarily have to include one in your actual assignment.
Okay. And yes, I'm excited and super nervous.
Yeah, don't be nervous. To be honest with you, if I can do it, you can do it. Again, it's just a matter of you actually start doing the work and you're reviewing everything. I was nervous myself, and I work here, so you would think that because, I review this every single day that I should know it, but it's nerve-wracking. I mean, this is an MBA program. This is a doctorate program, You're going to be, it's definitely nervous. But once you get in the hang of it, once you start doing the work, it's going to become second nature. It's going to be part of your life. Just make sure, again, you have habits that that are going to be successful. I give myself milestones. Like, for example, if I know I have a social event that I have to attend on Saturday, then I'm strict with myself. I say, okay, unless I get this far in the paper by Friday, I'm not going to be going because I need to complete this work. So you're going to be very successful, I can assure you. And at any time, if you have any questions, you have me to call. But yeah, very good questions.
Awesome.
Chris, you will be receiving your email address as soon as you complete your enrollment and you go through the onboarding process. I know, Chris, that we're still going through the enrollment process, but once we do that, we receive notifications, and then we'll be reaching out to you and providing you with your university email address. And then also, I know maybe some of you guys need to go, but if you guys want to exchange emails, you're more than welcome to in the chat box. You guys can, develop some, study buddies. It's up to you. Any other questions, comments?
Is there a global address, email address search?
What do you mean?
For example, my work, I'm able to look people up by their name if I'm not quite sure of their actual email address. Does the school have a functionality like that?
Most of our information will be located in the university catalog.
Okay.
Or, you can always contact me and I can provide that information. I'm going to provide you with this PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint is going to include the sheet here. You can also call the main line and then go through every department. All right, any other questions? All right, again, thank you very much for joining the orientation. It's been a privilege to speak to you today. Congratulations on your enrollment. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We're almost there. It's Thursday. We're almost there Friday. Enjoy your time off right now because as soon as you start your program, you're going to be very busy. So enjoy your weekend. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any additional questions after this that you think about, feel free to email me or email Eddie, and we'll ensure that we provide that information. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a good evening, and take care, everyone.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Thank you.